A very warm welcome to the northern suburbs of Bangkok. We are at the BG Stadium, the venue for Group H Matchday 6 between BG Pathum United and Tampines Rovers FC. It's the Pathum Thani Stadium, as I say, in the north of Bangkok, between two teams who share sponsorship and who share an awful lot of good nature between them. But Tampines Rovers are stealing the limelight today. They have already won this group. BG Pathum United cannot qualify out of Group H, so for both these teams, it's an opportunity to maybe give one or two of the fringe players of their squads opportunities. Conditions absolutely perfect. It's a coolish 26 degrees, a little bit humid, 79%, but nothing that the players have not seen. And the pitch here at the BG Stadium is absolutely perfect. It really is a gorgeous football stadium, and the players do enjoy playing here. Veteran coach Matasada Ishii is in charge of BG Pathum United, and he's got a full list of activities to be involved with. The team are also in the ASEAN Cup in the same group as Tampines. In fact, last week Tampines beat Pathum United by 3-2, coming from 2-0 down to record a morale-boosting 3-2 victory. They had also beaten them in the earlier match in this AFC Champions League Two stages, and last year in the semi-final of the Singapore Cup, which Pathum United often play in. Indeed, the players often share players on loan with each other, and a former Pathum United player will be in goal for Tampines Rovers today. Young Nalowich, 21-year-old, will be making his second appearance for the Stags. Not a lot of jeopardy on this contest, so it should be quite free-flowing. The Tampines Rovers, they'll want to continue a very good season for them. Lion City Sailors take all the headlines, of course, in Singapore with their progress through to the final of this competition last year. But Tampines Rovers are quietly going about doing things under new coach Matt Noraman. They've been beaten just once this season in all competitions. And they've also taken points home and away off former AFC champions Pohang Steelers.
Welcome the teams of BG Pathum United and Tampines Rovers.
Teams to be introduced to a sparse crowd. It's not the easiest stadium to get to. It is a beautiful stadium, but it is a little bit on the outskirts, and so a sparse crowd here. One or two Tampines Rovers fans littered amongst them. The familiar yellow and black, the Tampines colours, up against the blue and white of the Rabbits, formerly Bangkok Glass. Used to play in green, now very much a team in blue and white are Pathum United, and are just chasing the top teams. They're just chasing the likes of Buram and Bangkok United. Have won the title once, Pathum United, and they've got this lovely stadium which they actually share with Bangkok United. The match officials coming out from one corner of this main stand. AFC Champions League Two. It's a Group H clash in Bangkok between Pathum United, the home side in blue, and the visitors Tampines Rovers. Kutsada Cowan is the man who will be leading the home side out. Hard-working midfielder. Coach Ishii really is using this game to give as many of his fringe players opportunities. He's got some tough games coming up. Muang Thong in the league. He's got FA Cup and League Cup matches. In fact, after this, 5 more matches before the end of the calendar year for Pathum United. So I think the coach Ishii can be forgiven for fielding one or two newish names for as far as we're concerned. The AFC Champions League Two competition anthem blares out. Players respectful. As I say, not a lot of jeopardy on here, but it's a real chance for both coaches to look at the fringe players and see what they can produce. And down the Pathum United lineup. First appearance in the blue and white for Nathan James, who signed from Barnsley. Match officials all from the United Arab Emirates, and one or two new names as well. Tala and Dow, I'm looking forward to seeing how the Japanese-born Senegalese player copes. And Parish Ramley gets a rare start. He's been used as an impact substitute much of the time as the veteran Singapore international. Sada Kamam and Chatmoncon will provide a stern and strong midfield too for Pathum United as the players make their way down the line. Nalowik goes through. Sign from Pathum United, playing for Tampines Rovers, such as the repartee between these two clubs. You can see big Matthias Fornazari there, a signing from Sukhothai. A big centre forward who'll be leading the line. He scored 4 goals in all competitions this year. And Pathum United are anticipating to line up in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Looking out for Joel Lopez Pisano, who's yet to score the Argentine. Nathan James and Natta Wood come in for their first appearances of the season. And Siwakorn is a 17-year-old winger who perhaps will get opportunities. On the bench, they've got the high-scoring Tomoyuki Doi, signed from the S-League, or the Singapore Premier League last year. And Jordan Emaviwe, also a Singapore international, so that Singaporean connection with Pathum United runs deep. Sada and Shah Sahiran are the respective captains, internationals both. The match referee is Ya Al Mullah, who joined the AFC Elite Referees camp in 2021. Mainly on the United Arab Emirates League. This is the Tampines Rovers side. Just 5 players from the 3-2 victory over Pathum United last week survive. They're all defence and midfield. Shah Sahiran, Sega Sumi, Shoei Yamashita, Amrul Adli and Irfan Najib are the only players who started last week. But on the bench you've got the 3 Japanese, including Higashikawa, who scored a hat-trick. Takeshi Yoshimoto has also scored a couple of goals in this AFC Champions League 2 campaign for the Stacks. Match ritual, although they cannot qualify for the knockout phases. Pathum United will look on this as an opportunity to take a step forward to try and progress. A shot there of the 41-year-old Pisan, who's been a marvellous ambassador for this club. Tampines, Sega Sumi, good signing from the lower leagues in Japan. Steady Eddie in the heart of midfield. The players will change ends. There is a slight wind here, and the corners are open. Matno Rahman, former Singapore international, took over as coach at the start of this season, actually after the first game of the season. And the first look for me for young Nathan James. Before the start of the match, there will be a minute silence in remembrance of Queen Siddhakut, who passed away in October, and Thailand as a nation is devoted to its royal family, and there will be 1 year of mourning and a minute silence before every game. For the Queen Mother, Yahya Al Mullah. No VAR in action in AFC Champions League 2 in the group phases. That means the men in the middle are in charge. And a chance for us to look at Tala and Dow. I am looking forward to seeing what the Senegalese-Japanese striker can do. He's only made 6 prior appearances, yet to score. He's a big, bustling fella to lead the line, and And we'll give the veteran Pathum, 41 years young, is the goalkeeper, but such a great servant to Thai football and to Pathum United. Will not let them down. For Nazarian Raniel, who's only used in Asian ASEAN competition. There he's young at Nalawik. 20 years younger than his counterpart at the other end of the pitch. AFC Champions League Two. Tampines Rovers, runners-up in the Singapore Premier League last year. And already winners of this group, kicking off, going left to right in their change strips of, it's a light grey, isn't it? On the bench is Matasada Ishii. Hopefully will bring a little bit of sanity to the coaching situation at Pathum United. They went through 5 coaches in the last season and a half. Ishii lost his position as the national team coach, formerly at Buriram. Very, very experienced 58-year-old as Tampines come out with possession. Yamashita and Namal Adli will provide the 2 centre-backs positions. Raniel past Sumi very easily there and wins a free kick. There's Raniel. Najib, Singapore international at right back, just tugging a little bit too much on the shoulder of Raniel. Rahman likes to set Tampines up in a 4-2-3-1. You can see the number 19, Joel Chu, there, playing as a number 10. If they're under pressure, he can drop in to make another midfielder. Tofik and Faris will provide the width. Faris just gets a touch in, keeps the ball in play, does well. Comes out to Amrul Haikal on debut. And Nalawich, 21-year-old. Shah Shahiran, Singapore international. For all these Singapore internationals, they'll be looking ahead to the possibility of getting into an Asian Cup squad. Exciting times for the national team. Qualification for the Asian Cup in Saudi Arabia in early 2027 is a real boost. Matt Rahman still looks fit enough to play. He was an elegant player in his time, Noor Rahman. Left back is Waddington. One of just 3 players who survive in the starting lineup for BG Pathum from the numbing 3-2 loss last week at the Jalan Besar Stadium. And there is Haikal showing experience against the inexperienced Siwakun. Amrul Haikal's first match of the season. Siwakun's only got 1 to him. Plays the ball down the line. That wasn't strong enough to hold off the firm challenge there of Nathan James. Amrul Adli along to Shoei Yamashita. Adli, Mr. Versatile, he can play in either full-back roles. Oh, that's awkward. Whoa, there's a challenge for Nalawich. Gosh. That was very awkward from Shah Shahiran back to his goalkeeper. The 21-year-old dealt with that one with aplomb. Would have been so easy for that to bounce up and give a gift. Pathum United lost home and away to Pohang. 2 victories, game against the Filipino team Kaya. 2 goals to 1 and 2-0 respectively. And they lost 2-1 at Bishan Stadium. Chanatip Songkrasin scored for them. Raniel does well. Waddington tries to play down the line. Kritsada. Waddington. Width provided by the Argentine. Joel Lopez Pisano. Cleared away by Shuya Yamashita. Good ball in. Fornazari was attacking the near post, and Siwakon was beyond him on the far post. Again, Fornazari will be such an obvious target. The referee says he's used too much of an arm there to hold off his man, and he's looking a little bit bemused. I didn't seem he did an awful lot other than just be stronger than the central defender, Mathias Fornazari. Madley, very right-footed, but does play in those left-sided positions. Getting around the outside was Joel Chu. Fornazari just beaten to it by Amrul Adli. Chap Moncom, hard-running, hard-working midfielder who's done the rounds in football in Bangkok. Several big teams here. Bangkok United and Pathum United share this stadium. Wongtong also up in this northern part of Bangkok. Down south you've got Port. Plenty of competition, but Buriram are the team who keep on winning the titles here. Yamashita. Joel Chu was trying to play that first time out to Tofik. Irfan. That's the captain. There was a problem there for Sega Sumi. He was just clipped. There's an apology coming from Joel Lopez. Been a good signing from Okayama Hasega. Tampines progressing well there. They're not shining like Lion City Sailors are in the league. They've had a couple of draws. Lion City Sailors perfect up at the top. But they've been competitive in the Asian Club Cup, and of course here, qualification to the next round. That's a brilliant result, including a wonderful victory at home against the former AFC Champions League winners, Pohang Steelers. Here's Raniel, lovely ball. Finds Joel Lopez, Lopez Fornazari! Oh, what a chance! That's exactly the service Mathias Fornazari is after. Oh, the Brazilians got to score there. That is just perfect. Argentina, Brazil should be back of the net. Glances off his forehead. Glorious chance in the opening stages for Pathum United. Yamashita, Shah Shaharan shoved off the ball, no doubts about that. Chap Hongkong likes the physicality, but a little bit too physical. The 28-year-old has been a regular in both League and Cup. Pathum United 5th in the standings. 3 defeats in the league. Here's Kritsada. Started his career as a centre-back, Kritsada, and still occasionally drops into that position. Now plays the holding midfielder. Chap Moncon will do the forward runs in support of the front two. Ishii looks on. Punch by Farish Ramley. Tampines not really got started so far. Very fortunate to not be a goal down. Yamashita gives the ball away. Chapmonkon, right place, right time, and then Sega intercepts. Most of the game is being played in the Tampines Rovers half at this stage. One ball played over the top. Faris. Thumbs up from Faris. Explosive speed from Faris. Even now, he's approaching 33 years of age. He's had a wonderful career. He's used in fits and starts, mainly as an impact substitute by Matt Noraman. And it does seem to be getting the best out of Faris. Funazari. He finds a fan. Alowich very confident in Shah. Nice lean strike, but that's comfortable. The combination of Natawut and Nathan James will gobble those up all day. Emil Heikel playing at left back. First appearance of the season. So far, so good for him. Sivakorn. Scored on his one appearance so far this season, Sivakorn. Here's Raniel. Sega doing a good job just blocking off the proposed run to the line, and then Irfan Najib and Sega combining. Yamashita behaves as a centre-back should do. Rosed, that'll do from Sure Yamashita, very much the leader at the back. Present in the 13 matches that Tampines have played this season. Ritzada. Chapmonkon looking for the give and go from Raniel. Raniel's not that kind of player. He does like to take a dribble. Nathan James. Width provided by Sanchai. He's versatile, can play left and right back. That's Chapmonkon. Sivakorn. Sanchai. Trying to get the ball in for Fornazari. If you've got a 6'6" striker, you may as well use those attributes that the striker's got. Rahman looks on. No pad in hand. He's going through an elite coaching course at the moment, by the Football Association Malaysia. Sivakorn in front of the goalkeeper. Fornazari, Matthias Fornazari, an obvious target. The number 95's got Yamashita for company. Sanchai there as well. Yamashita with the header and somehow off the line. That might even have come from Amrul Adli, as that's whipped in once again. And the header wide this time. Oh my word. Chaos in the Tampines Rovers defence. And somehow they've survived. Yamashita heads it into his own play. It's Amrul Adli who puts it back towards his own goal, and it hits his own player. Then the second ball comes in, and Natawut has a free header. He doesn't connect. Well, purists wouldn't like it, but get the ball into the penalty area for the big man. Seems an obvious route when you've got Matthias Fornazari. A little bit too aggressive there from Sanchai. Adli. Shah Sahiran picks the ball up very, very deep, but the pressing is there. First time we've seen Tala and Dart. Senegalese signed from Maltese football. We're trying to organise the back four, where the experienced Sanchai is probably the leader of that back four. But Sanchai might be just taken out by a long ball over the top. Nice idea to bring in Amrul Heikel. Fonazari, header goes backwards. Dealt with by Natawut. 15 minutes in, first time we've seen any real Tampines possession in the Pathum United half. Remains goalless. There is another match going on in this group. Kulhang, who've also qualified, taking on Kaya in Manila, goalless there. Ball over the top, will run through for a first touch for the veteran Pisam. Warrington, aggressive run. He's taken out Tofik and he's still going. Warrington. Fonazari can't control the ball. Kritsada. Wanchai. Siwakorn outside of him. Here's Siwakorn. Wanchai goes outside of him. Sanchai, I should say. Wanchai is the Bangkok United fullback. Very, very different. Same pitch, same stadium. Warrington. Raniel. Gets inside again, just shows too much of that to Joel. Joel cleverly leapfrogs Joel Lopez. Being able to get in the game. Changed the front four, did Matt Noraman for this game from the side that won last year. So, Higashikawa. Japanese may make an introduction in the second half. Fonazari's header. Trying to play it through to Raniel, but started from an offside position. Officials all from United Arab Emirates. Amrul Adli. Mashita was rushed into that challenge and Tofik did well. Natawut. Well, Warrington was there. But the flag is up for an offside earlier on in the move. I think when the first long ball was made. Yeah, Almala. Ably assisted by his assistant referees. James. Sanchai to youngster Siwakorn. Didn't trust himself to take on Shah. Shah's got good pace. Here's Sanchai once again. Sanchai still going. Still Sanchai deflected. Good defending. Amrul Adli came over to deny the fullback what would have been his second goal of the season. But the gap just opened up there. Amrul Heikel committed himself to go one way. And there was the big gap, and Amrul Adli used his experience, get over to make that defensive block. It's going to go down as another big chance for Pathum United. It's their second corner. That is for Nazari again. An obvious target. flicked away off the near post. They're not the tallest teams, Tampines Rovers. So they'll need Endao and they'll need Yamashita to really be a physical barrier. Turf here is absolutely gorgeous. Really well looked after. Spongy and true. As Kritzada looks to curl this one in, look at Fornazari. He's got a full head and shoulders above Shoya Yamashita. Fornazari the target. It's a Tampines head from way low down. Admiral Adlia that gets there. Warrington. Joel Lopez. It's too far, it's over, everybody. "20 minutes gone. Talandao with Tara on his shirt. Tampines Rovers form. They beat Kaya 3-0 and 5-3. Pathum 2-1. And a draw and a win against Pohang Steelers. The away result. So close to being a famous victory in Korea. A late equaliser denied them. Fornazari gets the header in, again goes the wrong way. Warrington helps it forward. Keeper is out there and has done well. Chapmonkon, to his credit, I think has pulled out of that challenge. He loves to make these breaks through, and it's Chapmonkon who's there. Yeah, he doesn't go in full force, otherwise that could have been very awkward for goalkeeper Nalovic. As it is, there's a collision. Nalovic is okay. Old school green for the goalkeeper. Irfan, Yamashita, on to Aberl. So far, no problem playing out from the back. And then they slow it down, and Pathum United have got everybody back. Doesn't surprise me with a coach like Matt Noraman that Tampines are trying to play progressive football. Here's Sega. Blocked off though, and Natterwood can just dink it into space, but Yamashita's there. Shah Shahiran, always available. Joel Chu. Admiral goes forward, Shah fills in for him. Faris, first chance to run. That's Sanchai. Faris gets the cross. It's dealt with by Nathan James. And well again. Growing into the game now, Tampines. Faris slides past a challenge. Sega. Irfan Najib available. This is Tofik, even further wide. Tofik Supano's cross is dealt with by Natterwood. Sega Sumi slides that one in, and that's dealt with by Siwakon. Shah. Nice play between him and Yamashita, just looking to find a little bit of space. When they defend, it's a 4-4-2 for Pathum United. Kritzada was there. Fornazari a little slow to react, and Irfan Najib finds Tawfik. Again, mainly used as an impact sub as Sega comes forward. That'll be a free kick by Sega, for Sega. Chapmonkom with the challenge. By Joel. Chance to break. Siwakorn's got free down the right hand side. Joel Chu gets in the way of Chapmonkom. Does enough to hold him up. Warrington. Natterwood. Wants to drive forward. Raniel outside of him. Decent ball, Raniel. With the free kick. Game not really got started. There's always the possibility in this game with there being no jeopardy for either side. Tampines already won the group. Even if they were to lose today and Pohang win, Tampines have the better head-to-head record against the Korean side, so Tampines will be going through as group winners. Pathum United would like to end with 3 wins. They'd like the scalp of Tampines. Fornazari. Matthias has done well. Sanchai. Cross. With by Tawfik and then Irfan Najib. Tara loses out. Natterwood is there and Kritsada will start things again. Lovely change of play coming in from Joel Lopez. And Fornazari is just beaten to the punch, literally, by Nalawik. Shah Sahiram finds Amaral. Shah again. Hoists it high into the North Bangkok sky. It's a lovely cloudless evening. Nice touch from Sega, finds Tawfik. Sega carried on his run. Joel Chu. Tawfik. Natterwood at the near post. Steady so far from Natterwood, 2 21-year-olds. It's a young centre-back pairing for Pathum United. A long ball over the top, tries to get the 17-year-old involved, and Siwakorn has got a chance. Big moment for Siwakorn, and a good save by Nalawich. Well, a little bit greedy there, thinks Siwakorn. Initially, he's done very, very well. He gets the better of Amaral Adli, and then he's got to square it. That's a tap-in for Matthias Fornazari. But Siwakorn, I think, saw a little bit of glory. His persistence had won him the chance. Too close to the goalkeeper, and it's a smart save by Nalawich. Now, shots on target is one, but you had that Amaral Adli clearance that was stopped on his own goal line, and you had the header from Natterwood and Fornazari, both wide. Big chances fall the way of BG Pathum United so far tonight. Black Steelers have taken the lead in their contest against Kaya. It's in this group. From J. June. As I say though, there's no jeopardy here because we know Tampines cannot be caught. They'd love to end this group unbeaten though. 4 wins and a draw thus far. Waddington, lovely ball, feeds Raniel, lovely swerve on that. Coming through from the back was Joel Lopez. Chamonkon just offside, didn't get back quick enough. His forceful run. The player who started off when this club was Bangkok Glass. He came here, he's travelled around, he spent some time with Muangthong United. Now back at his home club. He, like this stadium, which used to be the Leo Stadium, has developed beyond all recognition. Malowich and Shah. Tara. First time we've seen Tara hold the ball up. Tofik. Sega. James is there ahead of Tara. Just beyond the half hour. It's goalless, but in all honesty, Pathum United should be in the lead. AFC Champions League Two, Group H. Last of the matches to be completed, but we know who's in the knockout phase already from all 4 groups in this region. Whittle yourselves down to the best from the East, taking on the best of the West in the final. Last year it was a Singaporean team. The final was played in Singapore. My word, how Tampines would love to replicate that form from Lion City Sailors. Chatmoncom drives through the challenge from Faris. Faris doesn't look the strongest, but deceptively wiry and strong. It is a corner though from Faris. Did good work against Chatmoncom. I don't think he can complain too much about that. The corners are what Matasada Ishii wants from his team. Again, matches for Nazari, the number 95, the obvious target. Nathan James also in there. It's flicked on at the near post by Sanchai, but too much on that. So Sanchai, he's had a shot blocked. Now he's had a header over. For Nazari's gilt-edged chance. A big chance for Siwakorn that forced a save from Nalowich. $10,000 capacity stadium. Yamashita plays it into Tara. Expansive ball. Free kick. Good refereeing by Almola. Yeah. Paris says, maybe 10 years ago I'm chasing those. Trying to tip Song Krasin amongst these substitutes. It's a very strong substitutes bench. Chanatip, what a player he was. Still is, but in his prime. He was. Messi, the time Messi, very definitely. Still has magic in him in the AFC Champions League. Sorry, in the ASEAN Club here a couple of months ago. He scored a wonderful goal from halfway. trusts Shah. Shah trusts Nalovic. Shazwan Buhari is the regular goalkeeper. James does well. Gets himself out of a difficult situation. 10 minutes to play in this first half. All the statistics say Pathum United have had the better of this game. BG Pathum. Down the line is Warrington. That'll be a corner, and that's another problem for Tampines Rovers. If they can get the delivery right, if they can curl it into the near post, Kritzada is often the man who comes over to this side. Yeah, indeed, it's Kritzada again. Chanatip is the man ideally you want on there. Chanatip giving Kritzada a little bit of advice. Caress the ball, my friend. Don't thump it. Caress it. Mathias Fornazari, again, the obvious target at the near post. Nalovic comes in and is fouled as he goes up. That's always going to happen. It's a better corner. Fornazari doesn't do much, but he's caught the goalkeeper when the goalkeeper's in the air. That's 99 times out of 100 going to be whistled by any referee. Shah turns it round the corner. It's Tofik. Set play coming from Tampines. Warrington, exciting young left back, likes to get forward. Haven't really seen his defensive prowess today. There's Natterwood. And Joel Lopez, the Argentine playmaker. Chapmoncom, Kritzada. Over on the far side. James. Now then, Sanchai. Siwakun in space. Sanchai can't beat the front man. Well, Heichel's done well, but he'll break to Kritzada. Siwakun. Give and go with Raniel. Edge of the box, deflected awkwardly, and a good recovery. Warrington it was whose shot caused a problem for Nalovic. Let's see if there was a deflection. No, it's just an awkward bending shot that comes back in on the goalkeeper. Oh, look at that. It moves a long way, and the keeper makes sure that doesn't bounce too far away from him. Goes down as another chance for BG Pathum United. Tampines Rovers have got a Singapore Cup semi-final duties against Albirex Niigata this season. Changing their name, Albirex, the Japanese club, for whom so many players have come into the Singapore professional game, including Shoya Yamashita. Albirex becoming Albirex Jurong from next year. Sands had a quiet time in his first appearance of the season, the veteran. .41 and still playing top-flight football. He's looked after himself, Pisam. In the other group match, Pohang still lead Kaya by a goal to nil. Group standings, if the results were to stay the same. Tampines top of the group, 14 points. Pohang 13. Pathum United on 7. It'll be 60 feet out of 6. Filipino football is getting closer, but still not to the level to genuinely compete. Joel Lopez looks outside. Raniel curls it in. Fornazari is there. Such an awkward customer. Sanchai plays it out to Siwakorn. And Siwakorn, oh, why didn't he put the cross in? Sanchai. Sanchai again. You've got a huge centre forward, why not use him? Siwakorn. Sanchai. That time it comes in and Fornazari attacks the ball, and again it breaks kindly for Tampines. Joel Lopez. I think Fornazari wins the ball and it hits Lopez en route to Nalovic. Irfan Najib. Better holding up that by Tala and Dow. It's acrobatic from Waddington. Here's Raniel. Second season with Pathum United for Raniel. Chapmonkon. Sanchai provides the width. He's been another ever-present in all competitions this year. He's missed one game as it breaks to Kritsada. Fornazari. Well, he's frustrated and frustrating to play with, but he's always going to cause a problem. Here's Matthias Fornazari. Bradley takes his time for Tampines, who somehow are still in this game. Saying that, the shots on target stats are only 1 on target. Fornazari, flag stays down, kept himself onside. Waddington, Joel Lopez, and Raniel. Dispossessed by Tofik. As always, is giving a hard-working performance for Tampines Rovers. Chapmonkon is in for a biting tackle but can't keep the ball in. Tiniest of shin pads for Irfan Najib. And for Joel Chu, for that matter. Those micro pads, barely legal. Waddington, meantime, gets a knock on the shin to just illustrate why shin pads are very useful to wear. Just good, honest competition. Nothing sinister in that. Maybe just an awkward fall. Well, there's not many of them, but they are persistent in their drumming and their support of their club. Towards Wong Sawang, just getting some advice from the touchline. Half-time thoughts for Matno Rahman. Well, one of two ways this game was going to go, because it's a dead rubber. It was either going to be as tame as it has been, or it was going to be a free-flowing extravaganza. It's been pretty tame, but the big chances have gone the way of Pathum United. They've got players like Tomoyuki Doi, Chanatip Songkrasin, who can come on just to change the way things are going. Raniel, nice little give and go. Still Raniel. it out to Siwakorn. Siwakorn deflected. Corner, and that means problems. Corner number 6 for BG Pathum. Six in white in and around the 6-yard box. Well dealt with at the near post. Farish Ramley tries to clear. And again it breaks down on the edge of the penalty area, and it's just going to be a single minute to add on as Chop Moncom can't find the right ball. And Coach Ishii and his entourage. Plenty to talk about. Seven shots to naught in this first half, 2 on target for the home team. 6 corner kicks to naught, so it's been pretty much one-sided. But Tampines Rovers have lived on their good fortune, and a little bit of poor finishing from Pathum United. Matches Fonazari with the best chance defensively. Nathan and afterwards have put a good performance together to keep Tala and Dow very, very quiet. Tampines generally have been very, very quiet, but they've managed to hold on. It is goalless at half-time as the teams go away for the half-time Taitarak AFC Champions League 2. BG Pathum United 0, Tampines Rovers 0.
World's best airline for a record 9th time. Flying high as the champions of the sky. And this year, even higher. Best airline in the Middle East. World's best business class. Best business class lounge. And yes, still a Skytrax 5-star airline. That's a lot of bests. But none of it happens without the best passengers. Thank you for flying with us. And for voting for us. We go further because of you.
Everyone's crazy about football. But boxing, that's a never-ending.
We call football the beautiful game. It unites us from the roar of the fans to the stare of the game's greats. Football teaches us how to live with integrity, discipline, and respect. Every match is a test, not just of skill, but of character. This is part of the game too, because true champions don't just play hard, they play clean, on the pitch and beyond it.
Say no to doping.
ドーピングはしてはいけません。Doping yani tagalog.
It's our responsibility to protect the game.
There's nothing we can't do.
Say no to doping.
Very warm welcome back to the BG Stadium in Pathum. We are in the north of Bangkok. Is AFC Champions League 2. BG Pathum United of Thailand versus Tampines Rovers of Singapore. Third in the Thai Premier League last season versus the runners-up in Singapore. Goalless at half-time. Pathum United have had by far the better of the chances. 7 shots on goal compared to none by Tampines. So 41-year-old goalkeeper Pisan has had a relatively relaxed time. Both teams are fielding a few second-string players. Just Fornazari for BG Pathum United has had the best chance, and the big 6'5" striker has caused plenty of problems when the ball is played into him. One glorious chance that he put wide early on might have changed things completely for Atasada Ishii. He'll be hoping that his side are able to convert their chance in the second half, just to maybe give them some propulsion for the end of this calendar year, and then propel them into a top 3 finish maybe in the Thai Premier League next season, and also spur them in the ASEAN Championship. Their AFC Champions League 2 campaign is over after today, their first foray into AFC competition. Just Fornazari, the obvious target. And I'm assuming we're going to get some changes because both teams left star players on the bench in the first half. Tampines Rovers in their change strip of a kind of a grey. And goalkeeper Pisan pretty much untroubled in the first 45 minutes. Tampines Rovers, no matter what, will top the group. At the moment, they're on 14 points if it stays as a draw. Pohang Steelers are leading Kaya in Manila by 1-0. Second half here about to get underway. For Tampines, they can only improve. For BG Pathum United, they need to take their chances. Second half underway, AFC Champions League 2. BG Pathum United in the blue and white, going left to right versus Tampines Rovers of Singapore. It's been a good competition for Tampines. It's their 16th season in AFC competition. Chapmonkong comes around the right-hand side as Wanchai finds Funazari. Yamashita is across. Once again, Matthias Funazari. Very, very difficult to cope with. Goes for the volley, and Yamashita has done really well there. Thumbs up from the big man. Changes are being planned. It looks like Chanatip could well be coming on. Tampines Rovers. Daniel Heikel letting the ball run under his feet, and this is first start for Tampines. Sanchai goes back to Nathan James, the 21-year-old, alongside Natterwood, his defensive partner. Thought of giving Pisan a touch. Warrington instead. Yamashita plays it into and that's excellent defensive work. Tofik doing a great job. And then James just has to make sure he doesn't give the ball away, but he has Joel Chu and looks the ball into Tala, and the first big chance for Tampines. Tala and Dow have an idea. He takes his eye off the ball when this drops him, but it's a lovely little dink in by Joel Chu. Just gets a toe to it, puts it into the goalkeeper, who's brave, and then he goes into Pisam. That's why the referee's whistle blew. But that's got to go down as a half chance at least for Tala. Well, Chanatip, one of those warming up, as is Ekanit. You can see it's been a very sporting game. There's no jeopardy. Pathum United can't qualify. Tampines are already group winners. Joel Chu, better from Tampines. Sharp. Tries a little fancy trick and is rewarded with a free kick against Sanchai. It's a much better start to this second stanza for Tampines Rovers. Clearly had a word or two to be a little more aggressive going forward, to get on the ball, to get Joel Chu in the game. Pisan has 2 in the wall. Chapmonkong and Joel Lopez as Joel Chu. He's got a good right foot, Joel. 6 in the penalty area. He goes for goal, off the crossbar. And then Shah Shahiram, and a chance for Chapmonkong to break out. Well, Tampines Rovers nearly rewarded for their enterprising start to the second stanza. Kritsada Kaman. And a real warning there to Pathum United that if you don't take your chances, this game can come back to bite you on the backside. Flag is up against Matthias Fornazari. They've done that offside trap well. Yamashita and Amaral Adley a good understanding at the 2 centre-back positions. There is Joel Chu. Goalkeeper gets under it a little bit. I think he's expecting a near post shot, and it goes over the top of him. That's the actual underside of the bar. That's very close from Joel Chu, who hasn't scored in this campaign. Hasn't scored in this his 12th appearance. Kritsada helps it on. Kritsada wants it. Shah Shahiran's been neat and tidy in the heart of midfield. And look at this, it's a different Tampines. Joel Chu, not the best ball. Warrington read that one comfortably. And then Warrington's just a little bit short to Kritsada. And he was a little bit short to Nathan. Well, the pitch has had plenty of watering. There's nothing wrong with the pitch. It fizzes along this surface. Siwakorn. Joel Lopez. Space for Sanchai. Siwakorn, the teenager. Faced by Admiral Adley, gets the cross in. Again, Yamashita expertly shields it away, and then the shot is over the top from Kritsada Kaman. Nice idea. He tries to hit it on the spin, but gets under it. Not a renowned goal scorer, Kritsada. 16 appearances this season. No goals for Kritsada Kaman. Shah onto Irfan. Well, they know what they're doing playing out from the back, Tampines, and they're confident in each other's ability to hold on to the ball, and with the playing surface as true as it is, as long as the first touch is good, there isn't a lot of jeopardy in the way they're playing, and especially as BG Pathum United aren't pressing onto the midfielder who's receiving when they play out. Admiral Adley finds Admiral Heikel. Adley all the way back to the Thai goalkeeper, Malowich, playing against his former club. And there's Shah and Yamashita again, confident. Joel Chu. They haven't exactly played through the press, but they've just been able to take the ball downfield. Shahiran, important in how Tampines operate. They've had a good season, just one defeat in 13 matches prior to today. They won the season opening Community Shield impressively against Lion City Sailors. Especially so as they lost some of their best players, Ganori and amongst them, to the Thai League. Important league matches to come. Pathum United want to be challenging Buriram and Bangkok United, certainly Bangkok United, who they share this stadium with. They'd like to have bragging rights in Bangkok. Raniel. Little give and go with Joel Lopez, the Argentine. Easy on the eye are BG Pathum United, but how much penetration they'll have, how much they can turn up the volume. Admittedly, a very, very changed side. Indeed, only 3 survivors from the team that lost in Tampines, or in Singapore anyway, last week, where they led 2-0 and lost 3-2. Adley's long ball over Nathan James. Can't let the ball bounce as a centre-back. He's got away with that. Sanchai helps him out. Chapmonkon. And a free kick by Chapmonkon, who catches Shah Shahiran. Probably under 23 international, Chapmoncom. But has been a very good pro in the Thai leagues for a decade or so now. Right, Joel Chu. Hit the crossbar from a free kick just a few minutes ago. This time decides to go short. Shot is there. Joel was a free. Good header coming in from Nathan. And the break is on from Siwakun. Looks for the ambitious pass, and that's easily seen by Amrul Adli. And then Joel tries to get round Sanchai. Sanchai far too clever to fall for that one. 11 minutes played in this second half. Still goalless, but Tampines much improved from the first half. Raniel looks to take on Irfan Najib, and does do, and then it's pushed away. Sanchai looks for Fonazari, and that'll be a corner kick. Always dangerous in the air for Nazari. It's given us a goal kick. Gosh, that certainly came off Yamashita. Unless he decided it was a free kick against Matthias. His only fault seemed to be being bigger than his opponent. Joel Chu helps it wide. Amol Heikel hasn't done anything wrong, and Faris Ramli on one of those mazy little Faris dribbles. Sega, Irfan Najib. Tofik tries to take on Waddington, but Waddington too strong, too quick, too powerful, too good in the tackle. Spread out wide. Siwakun, going to be made by Chapmoncom. He does make those lung-bursting runs from midfield. Well, Heikel, though, was there. Changes being prepared. Sarajuyan. Very handy man to have available as that breaks all the way through. It's a decent ball in by Joel Lopez. It asked a question for Nazari, a little bit on his heels. Has Shoei Yamashita available. Again, the pressing from Waddington. Raniel just runs into a forest of grey shirts. Nazari the target, easy for Nalovic. Shazwan Buhari, very much the number one for Tampines Rovers. Nalovic hasn't done anything wrong today. Good experience for a young keeper. Whether or not his future is in Singapore. Faris Ramli. He's had a very good time all over Southeast Asia. Played in Malaysia and now back in Singapore. Shah Shahiran, Faris. Lovely ball inside to Shah. And a switch through to Amirul, and Amrul Heikel deflected. Nice football, Tampines Rovers. Lovely work. Shah Shahiran central to it. Faris sets him up, and then Heikel makes his run, and he would have been onside. Even if there was VAR, and there isn't, and cuts inside, and Nathan James does really well to readjust and get that left foot out and block it away for a corner kick. Well, Well, they're those micro shin pads I was talking about. They are really minuscule. Oh, Fornazari this time back defending the near post. This is a creative splitting of the players as far as Tampines Rovers are concerned. In the end, the corner is played straight into the experienced Pathum. Fornazari covers the front post. Pathum can take anything that comes to the middle and the back post. Fritzada Kamam. Still Chanatip is warming up, waiting to come on the sideline. We played over an hour. Let's enjoy Chanatip Songkrasan while we can. Shah Shahiram. Over the top, looking for Faris. Sega beaten in the air by Fritzada Kamam. Fritzada, just a little bit of a clipping from Fritzada. And changes in the offing on both sides. Fornazari comes off. Sarachuyan is one of those who comes on, and Ekenit Panya. Sarach in the heart of midfield. Ekenit maybe through the middle. Tofik coming off, Glenquare coming on. Then we'll come on to this left-hand side, I suspect. Take the number 10 role and let Joel Chu take a wider role. Here's Fritzada. Sanchai. Sarach always so elegant on the ball, so neat and tidy. Again, one of a little golden generation of Thai players, Sarach and Chanatip. Talked about in the same breath. Matterwood plays it out wide. Irfan has to be careful. Raniel, who's playing central, parried away and helped fully clear by Sega. A little acceleration from Raniel. Happier thing to be more centrally involved. He'll get more involved in the game. Gets to the byline, causes a problem for Nalowicz. Sada curls that one in and keeper pours it away. Not confidently, Sega with two headers. Well, that was the perfect ball for Fornazari to be on the pitch for. He's been begging for that kind of service. As soon as he goes off, that ball right under the crossbar at the near post is delivered by Fritzada. Ekene Panya fancies a shot. Amrul Adli does well Heikel hoiks it clear. Well, a little bit less convincing that time. Pours it out, and Sega had to make 2 headers under pressure from Ekenepanya. But it still remains goalless. 25 minutes to play. Pohang Steelers still leading 1-0 against Kaya in the other group match. Pohang will be qualifying. To the byline, and again it's cleared inside the 6-yard box. Forceful run by Sarawut. Kritzada. Joel Lopez. Ekanit. Sarach. Sanchai. Crosses over everybody, and no communication for Irfan Najib there. And he's given away a needless corner kick. BG Pathum United continue to knock on the door. This time they go short. Whipped in, and this header goes just wide from Raniel. Midway through the second half, and after a bright start from Tampines, BG Pathum United have, from corners, created 2 big openings in the last 5 minutes. Raniel, in many ways, gets too much on that. Joel Chu. Right then, Sega. Rare chance to run forward for Sega, and couldn't quite make it up his mind what to do. Glenquare was available on the right-hand side, he didn't pick him out. Now coming the other way. Ekenepanya. Ekenen, 29 international caps. Spent some time in with your Urawa Red Diamonds in the J League, and was in and out of the team. James. He's had a solid enough game, Nathan James. English-born. Played in the lower leagues, primarily in England, before being brought over. Sarajuyan drives forward. Ekanit. Again, Sanchai always available. That pass is rather telegraphed. Shah Shahiran does a good job. Glenquare. Trademark shorts high up on the thighs. Back to his goalkeeper, Nalovic. Oh, that's pressure. That is pressure. And Nalovic, for the second time, has a very difficult ball to deal with, and he deals with it admirably and sensibly, just knocking the ball out wide. I think we saw in the UEFA Champions League last night, a goalkeeper tried to beat a forward when the ball was played to him awkwardly. Not this time from Nalovic. Down is Natawut Wong Sawang. I like the way the referee is communicating, as born to be BG. The roots of this club are Bangkok glass. This stadium has been developed tremendously over the last decade or so. And the changes are coming. Is Trent Buhagia, 27-year-old, signed from the Kapaz club in Azerbaijan. He's had a very good season as Trent Buhagia. Koya Kazama, signing from J2 club Jeff United, is always on. That will improve their offensive firepower dramatically, particularly this boy. Break is on. Buhagia is available down this left-hand side. Glenquare was a little bit late, very late, and has actually picked up a yellow card. He just pushed the ball too far ahead of him and kicks through Waddington. So first card of the game goes to Glenquare. Back to Trent. He's scored 7 goals in 12 appearances so far. Really has been a good signing. First yellow card of a game that's not had any real spite in it. And a change as Joel Lopez put in one brilliant ball for Matches Fornazari. And he's replaced by one of my favourite ASEAN players, Chanatip Songkrasin. Little maestro Chanatip, brilliant with the ball at his feet. He's lost a little bit of his pace. Ekanit. Here he is, Chanatip. Lovely ball inside. Sanchai it was who had the shot, and Buhagia is there. Chanatip is back defending, a little tug of the shirt. And an apology, and because it's Chanatip, no yellow card. Can't give the brilliant little man yellow cards for that. Some players get dispensations. Quite rightly too. Amaral. His namesake down the line. Buhagia. Oh, just look at this. Joel Chu finds Glenn. A left-footed right winger. Chu. Kozama. Irfan Najib. Waddington has done well. Irfan. Waddington reads the game so well at left back. We saw he's made a couple of big tackles, but his reading of the game is the key asset of the young 23-year-old. Chanatip plays it wide. Ekanit. Oh, it was. Oh, they gave him a yellow. Oh, boo. Actually, they gave it to Sarach for the second incident. So Sarach on the yellow. And Buhagia. Oh, interesting. Sarach Uyan, he's just picked up a yellow card. He's only just on. And to me, that's more of a yellow than the one that he received. And that could have been a very, very quick double yellow for Sarach. Oh. Well, if there was jeopardy in the game, that could be a controversial talking point, especially if Pathum United go on and win it, but there is no jeopardy. So I think Sarach has got away with one there. Hagia down the line. Takeshi Yoshimoto is on. Yoshimoto knows how to create things from the back. He's got a couple of goals in this tournament. And another change being prepared. This is Tidapat, this is Keegan Pang. Inside the final 15 minutes, Pathum United 0, Tampines Rovers 0. Apologies for the loss of pictures that I'm hearing you're getting from Pathum United. Tampines Rovers have made very attack-minded substitutions. The game is changing just a little bit. Buhagia down the left-hand side. Tampines trying to take the game to Pathum United. Pathum remarkably still not scored in this game. It has been all BG Pathum United. And Tampines, in these last 15 minutes or so, they brought on their big guns just to try to change things around. I understand you're still having problems at home. He remains goalless at the BG Stadium. Tampines Rovers, well, it's been a good opportunity for Matno Rahman to blood some of the players who haven't had an awful lot of time. Amrul Heikel at left back had a good 70 minutes. Yamashita now on for him. Also Tufik had a start. Farish Ramley had plenty of game time as well. But they've not needed their big guns. They've not needed Higashikawa. Again, I understand you're still having a problem with the lost signal from the venue in Bangkok. We're working on that. Tampines have actually taken the lead. Well, again, they've made the substitutions and it really has produced it. And it's Ndao who's got the goal. Tara Ndao for Tampines Rovers. Well. Second best for much of this game. And with 12 minutes to go, Tara Ndao has given Tampines the lead. Those four changes, Yoshimoto, Kazama, Buhagia and Lenkwe, produced a real turnaround, and this is going to be top of the table categorically without a shadow of a doubt for Tampines Rovers. Hopefully we'll get the feedback in time to show you the way the goal was scored. Keegan Pang has come on as well for his first appearance of this season in any competition for Tampines Rovers. Oh, very interesting experiment by Matno Rahman. Changed the front three. And there we have it, Tampines. We've got the feedback there. Raniel is offside though. Tampines Rovers, wow. They were on the back foot for such a long time. And with 10 minutes to go, The goal, the first in Tampines colours for Tala and Dow. As the referee sorts himself out. Admiral Adley. That tells you a little bit something about Tampines. If they can get a result, having been second best for so long, the attitude was just about perfect. But Chanatip is there, trying to create a little bit of magic. Chanatip, edge of the penalty area. Raniel, closed down by Irfan Najib. Raniel across the face of goal. And a block there. Yoshimoto didn't make the best first clearance, but an important second clearance. Hage on a fine challenge on Sanchai. Now, Pathum United brought on their best players. And this is excellent from Raniel. Gets right the way down to the byline. Ekenit is onto it, but is closed down very quickly. That's really good work from Yoshimoto. Siwakon, the latest replacement. Kritzada, Chanatip, Ekenit, pulls it back across the face of goal. Ekenit and Chanatip again, trying to create a little bit of space on the edge of the penalty area. Throw into BG Pathum. They won't want to lose this. Not having been so dominant, not having created the chances they have. Sarachuyam. Kritzada helps it out wide. Raniel again. No foul is the call, and they've been disciplined and organised, Tampines Rovers. It's not been easy by any stretch of the imagination. Kritzada slides it in. Raniel again. Forced wide. Lovely ball to the byline, and again, terrific defending. And again, it's Yoshimoto. Comes across, sees the danger, clears from in front of his own goal line. Tarandau can't keep the ball alive, but his goal separates these teams with 7 minutes to go. Raniel, faced by Irfan. Tries to get to the byline, can't get there. Good defending by the Singapore international. And then Raniel wins the throw-in. Kritzada, another throw-in for BG Pathum. Pohang still lead in Manila against Kaya by 1-0. Tampines looking to make it 5 wins out of 6 from a difficult group as the shot comes in from Sarach. Straight into the grateful arms of Nalowich. Referee counting the 8 seconds. Good clean strike from Sarach. Straight down the throat of the 21-year-old Thai goalkeeper. Right, and Dar onto Trent Buhagia. Trent for 2-0. Trent makes it 2-0 for Tampines Rovers. A look at the watch for Matt Noraman, but what a substitution. He is lethal. And this time the goal scorer is the goal creator. And goalkeeper Pisam is beaten all ends up. The pace of Trent Buhagia. A 5th goal in this competition. Good assist. Direct running. He really had no doubts that he was going to score once he was put into that position. 2-0 Tampines Rovers. That's how it's done. Well, they were on the ropes for 75 minutes or so, Tampines. To be fair, Joel Chu had hit the crossbar in an improved moment earlier on in the second half. But 2 late strikes, 2 goals in 7 minutes. Looks like it's going to put Tampines, well, clear group winners. Looking for win number 5. Sanchai pulls it back. Chanatip. Yamashita. Another clearance inside their own 6-yard box. Ekenit. He wants the strike. That hits Chanatip. And it comes to Chanatip Songkrasin. Tries to wriggle clear. Sarachuyan. Chanatip. Sarac's not there, and look at that, Kazama can clear. Kritsada finds Nathan James. Chanatip again. Nice football from BG Pathum United, but they've shown plenty of nice football today. You just got to look at the scorecard, top left. Those Tampines players, well, they know they were on the receiving end for the first half. But in this second half, it's been much improved. Lovely from Chanatip. Buhage doing defensive work that time. Great way to signal yourself in, Trent Buhagia. 8th goal of the season. Chanatip again. Well, this is a real feather in the cap, I think, for Matt Noraman, the coach. Admittedly, his team survived with a little bit of good fortune. Is on, by the way, for BG Pathum. Prolific goal scorer in the Singapore League last year. He's getting to the byline, pulls it back. Raniel. Yamashita again with the block inside his own penalty area. They have defended that 6-yard box wonderfully well, Tampines. They've got bodies there. Although the statistics will be heavily in favour of BG Pathum United. And Fornazari header apart, it's not really been clear chances that they've created. Oh, given away at the edge of the penalty area, and Yamashita again throws himself at the ball. Waddington it was who was trying to get there. Sure, Yamashita leading by example defensively. I mean, it's a loose pass. Tampines, for once, pressured and on the edge of the penalty area, give it away. But Waddington slices clear as Yamashita throws himself at the ball. Kritsada. Here's Buhagia. They couldn't make it 3 before the end, could they? Trent Buhagia still going. James gets a foot in the way and finds Chanatip. Kazama closes him down, and Irfan Najib can stride forward. Kazama. And out. Oof. Plenty of power in that. Bit of cramp, I suspect, for the 26-year-old, but certainly wallops that one. Comes back off the crossbar with Pisam absolutely beaten. Well, well, well. Smiles all round. This is the big chance that was put in. Kazama it was who got the opening goal. That made it 1-0, and Dow releases Trempo Hagia to make it 2. Calm finish. Plus they've hit the crossbar twice, once through Tara and once through Joel Chu. So this has not been a great day at the office for Matasuda Ishii and co. They'll finish with just 2 wins, beaten home and away by both Tampines and by Pohang. It's their first foray into this level of Asian football. They do well in the ASEAN competition. They made the semi-finals of the ASEAN Club Cup last year. They've already drawn against Buriram in that competition here, but somehow the Asian Champions League is just that little bit more demanding. Chanatip, Kritsada, Raniel, Warrington. It looks like Nalowicz is going to come away with a clean sheet. He's had a little bit of fortune, he's flapped at a couple of crosses. Generally his shot stopping and work with the ball at his feet has been very, very good. The improvement for Tampines since the substitutions has been remarkable. Sanchai gets a late corner. Helped in, and that's going to be over the top. In many ways sums up PG Pathum United today. Madlam look on Coach Ishii. And goals for Koi Kazama and by Trempu Hage means that Tampines Rovers have made it 5 wins out of 6 in the AFC Champions League Two. They left it late. 2 goals in the last 12 minutes. Kazama's a lovely finish. And then Buhage put through by Tala Endau on 85 minutes. Prior to that, well, Tampines Rovers had largely been second best. But he left these substitutions until late, did Matt Noraman. And it's proved to be very, very effective. Tampines go through as clear group winners from Group H. They and Pohang will be into the knockout phases. As for Matasuda Ishii, well, he will have learned several things about his team here. And he'll need to go back to the drawing board. Chanatip had a good cameo when he came on. And a little pat on the shoulder there for Nalowicz in the opposing goal, who was a former Pathum United player. But it's heads down and straight to the dressing room for PG Pathum United. For Tampines Rovers, well, this is a successful trip up to the north of Bangkok. It's finished here. Asia Champions League 2. PG Pathum United 0, Tampines Rovers 2.